¿Qué onda, mi plebe? What's good, my beautiful peeps? How are you guys? How are you guys feeling? How are you guys doing? Comment down below. Well, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can comment down below. Comment down below how you guys are feeling, how you guys are doing, how's your day going, your night, your afternoon. My day is going really good. I thought it was gonna be nice today, but it's not. It's windy. Yesterday was really warm. The past 2 days were really warm. Isn't it like supposed to be getting warm? I think it's supposed to be like getting warm, no? The weather nowadays is a little bit dry, but it's okay. I mean, not really okay. I like the warm. I want it to be warm. Honestly, I don't like being cold. I like to be warm. I like to be hot. I love the hot weather, honestly. I love it too much. Let's get straight into the good vibes, baby. Liz is ready to talk some vibes. You know what I'm saying? Speaking about good vibes, if you guys haven't already, go check out my bracelets listed on my Etsy shop. So cute, all good vibes. They have a crystal in them. I love crystals. I'm into crystals. Let me know if you guys want a video of like how I got into crystals and just like what I do. Everybody's different, honestly. Either you're in there or you're not, to be honest. It's not like I know everything about every crystal, like what they do and, this and that. I know, some of it, whatever, but I could just let you guys know what I know, how I got into it, how they helped me and all that good stuff. But go check out my bracelets listed on my Etsy shop, my beautiful peeps. They really help you bring the good vibes. Honestly, the crystals just really help transmute that negative energy into positive energy. You know what I'm saying? They really help you ground yourself. Comment down below if you're into crystals and what's your favorite crystal. We're going to be talking about saying no to others because I feel like this is just such an important topic and you just really have to learn to say no to other people. I know I had to learn, not the hard way, but it took me a while to learn. I mean, is there really a hard way to learn? It just took me a while because I didn't, you just, honestly, again, it just falls back to self love. I didn't love myself. I didn't know about self love. I didn't know about the importance of prioritizing me. Hopefully, this focuses on me because, no, it wasn't the last episode, but the one before the last episode, it wasn't even focused on me. It was fucking focused on the mic. Anywho, I feel like from there, it's like you just know, once you start loving yourself, it's like your soul just lights up and it takes over. You're being that spirit, not a human, baby, because I believe we are a spirit experiencing this human life. It's all energy, when you really think about it like that, and you're just like, whoa, you know? It took me a while to love myself and to, learn to say no to other people because, okay, let's go back, baby. Back. When you're growing up as a child, who's the one that usually says no? Your parents. They tell you no. Don't do this. Don't do that. But you're not allowed to say no. You can't say no to chores. You can't say no to them. You just always have to obey. You have to say yes. Why? Because then they'll get mad or they'll get sad, you'll hurt their feelings or something like that. And that fixes your mind. And you grow up thinking, okay, well, I can't say no, especially to older people. It's kind of respect, you have to show respect. You just always have to say yes to older people specifically because they're older than you. It's just, they've just put it like that. We have to obey our elders and all that stuff. Most of them, it's like, don't do that because then I'm going to get mad. And what's going to happen? You're going to get punished. You're going to get screamed at. They're going to take away your, I don't know, some toys, put you in timeout. And you feel like, you then think like, oh, maybe they don't love me, you know? So I have to say yes in order for them to love me, in order for them to not punish me, to not be angry at me, to not be sad. So you grow up thinking, I can't be saying no to other people because they're not going to love me. And those people around you that you love or that you think they love you, just those people that you're surrounded by, you don't want to say no to them because You don't want them to punish you. You don't want them to push you away. You want to keep that peace. You want to keep that love, if that's what you think. Because if you don't love yourself, you can't love nobody else. So ask yourself if you love yourself first and then other people. So you don't want them to not love you. And then we grow up like this. We grow up by always saying yes, or most of the time, no, honestly, always saying yes for whatever reason it is. And we stay wanting to please people, because we have that, we have it in mind. Like, we can't say no, and we have to just keep pleasing because I love them. You don't have to say yes all the time. Saying no does not mean you do not love them. And that's what I had to learn, honestly. At first, when I was like starting to say no, it's just, you just have a feeling like sometimes you just might not want to. Like, people are telling you to do something or do them a favor or whatever, but it's like you just don't want to do it. And I was like that. If I didn't want to do it, it's like, yo, like, I didn't want to do it, but I had that guilt inside of me. You feel guilty. Like, fuck, maybe I'm being fucked up. Um, they're going to be mad at me. They're one big one that I would think would be, well, I should say yes, because then what if I need help one day? What if I need their help back? Like, they will be there to help me, or support me in any way. We don't want to disappoint them. We keep it in mind when people ask us for something. That's then us, like, our mind, just, it's fixing our mind. Our minds are like, put others first, put their feelings first. And when someone asks you for a favor, for support or something, obviously you want to say yes, because you want to keep that peace. You want that love to be there. You're going to want the support back. You're thinking about their feelings immediately. If they ask you something, you're like, oh, well, maybe I should, because then they're going to be mad. Or you're even thinking about their goals first before yours. Like, if I support them, it's going to help them grow. It's going to this and that, whatever it is. That's still putting yourself second, my peeps. I'm not saying don't ever support other people. Don't ever help other people. Don't ever say yes. Of course, you can say yes whenever you want. You can help out whoever you want. Show love, show support to whoever you want. But keep in mind, don't expect it back, especially from them. Because most of the time, you might not get that same support, help, whatever, from that same person that you are helping. But you will get it back one way or another. Don't expect that help, support, right after you give it. You need to watch out who it is that you're really saying yes to. Are they just taking advantage of you? Because those people that just know you're so kind, there's just those people that just can't say no. Hunty, like, where are you putting your time and energy into? Are you first getting your stuff done? I make sure I have all my stuff done for that day, and that I'm done complete, like, I'm done for my daily goals or whatever it is that I was working on. I'm not going to interrupt my schedule for somebody else, for something else that just came out of the cuts, unless it's like really important and still has to do with like me, okay. But that time when, like, I didn't have goals set, I wasn't working on me or anything, whatever, I would just like go with the flow. I was just going with the flow. Somebody asked me something, I'll go, whatever. Once I started setting goals and just really like fixing a schedule for myself, I would stick to that schedule. And somebody would ask for a favor, for help or whatever, I was practicing saying no. I love to help people out and support people. But, nobody was supporting me, showing love to me, helping me out. So I was like, well, if nobody else is going to do it, like, I need to show myself love. I need to show myself support. Like, I need to be there for myself first. Before friends, before even fucking family, you need to put yourself first, prioritizing yourself. I would, I would help them out, support, whatever. And then I would look back at my schedule, look back at my things, and I'd be like, I'd feel bad. You feel bad because you're saying no at first. You feel bad for not helping them out, for not showing support or whatever. But then you feel even more bad for not getting your stuff done. I would feel horrible, dude. I'd be like, fuck, like, there I go. I invested my time into them, into their goals instead of my own. It was just like a mix of emotions, like a little anger, like sadness. Angry because I'm like, fuck, like, Liz, like, Hunty, this is why we're setting our schedule. We have to get our stuff done. We have to help ourselves first, and then go ahead and help anybody else if they need it. And then I feel like sad because it's like, fuck, like, I wanted to get all this stuff done and I didn't even probably start it. That's one thing to think about. Okay, you're feeling bad for their feelings or whatever, but at the end of the day, it comes back to you. Like, then it's your feelings hurt. When somebody asks you for help, support, or whatever it is, ask yourself first. Don't think about their feelings. Don't think about how they're going to feel if you say no or yes or whatever. Think about you. If you say yes, how are you going to feel? You might make them happy, but you might be hurting yourself. You might be making yourself mad, yourself sad or whatever. Shit, by saying no, you might hurt them a little bit, but that's on them. They should still understand. And don't even think about that. Like, no, like, if it's making you happy, that's all that fucking matters. Because you should be taking care of yourself first, of your things, of your feelings. You want to invest time and energy into things, into people that will really appreciate it, and that really need the help. Because I feel like nowadays a lot of people just depend on others to help them out, to show support. We got to learn to be independent. We got to learn to at least try doing stuff on our own. And I feel like help comes to you when you just truly, really need it. Not when you want it, baby. When you truly need it. If you have tried a couple times, then it's like, then go ask for help. But don't ask for help before even trying anything. People might call you selfish. It's not being selfish. They obviously don't prioritize themselves. They are not independent. They are dependent on others. And that's why they are calling you selfish for that. Stay grounded. You know who the fuck you are. You know what you're doing. You're loving yourself. And that's all that matters. Let them be. Obviously, that's somebody who wasn't going to help you back, who wasn't appreciating your help, your time, your energy. So fuck them. So think about that, and it's not like don't help them if they're not going to help you back, but if you just know, people appreciate it. And some people just really don't. And you have to see who is taking advantage of you and who isn't. You might love them. You might think you love them. Saying no does not mean you do not love them. That does not mean you're being mean. You're just prioritizing yourself and making sure that you're good first. And their issues, problems really isn't yours. You have your problems, your own issues you have to deal with. Who's helping you out? Nobody. You're doing it all on your own. You appreciate yourself for showing up for you, for loving yourself, and all that good stuff. I congratulate you, my peeps, to all my independent peeps, especially my independent women. And I'm not saying I don't ever need help. I can do everything by myself. Obviously not. I love being an independent woman. I love trying to do things by myself. And if I can, then I will ask for help. And it's not like if somebody's helping me out with something, I just let them kind of be. And like, I'm there learning and seeing how I can do this next time. Or, you know what I'm saying? There's people that have helped me. And I appreciate it always. Like, I might not talk to some of the peeps that have helped me before, but I wish them the best. I appreciate their help. I'm super grateful, but that doesn't mean I'm still like, if they did something to me and they're like, "Oh, I helped you with this and that," like, that doesn't mean that bond is always going to be there. Like that friendship or whatever, even if it's with a family member, like, no, if you are some type of way of your energy, whatever it is, like, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I try to help back. I used to help out so much, and I'm like a strong supporter, and I will support so much. And I slowly started realizing nobody was helping me out. Nobody was supporting me back. And I'm just like, if you help me, I always keep it in mind. I will help you out. Like, I'm like, dude, you help me out. I have to help out you back. I'm just so like that. But it's not like I'm going to help you whenever you ask for it. Like if I'm done with myself, if I'm done helping myself and I really have the time and energy, I'm going to help you out. You can help somebody out so much, but at the end of the day, they really have to help themselves out. You know what I'm saying? That's with anything. We just have to stop depending on others, to be honest. And that was my thing. Always saying yes, helping out, supporting. Like, that's not, yeah, that's showing love, but that doesn't mean somebody loves you if they're helping you out, if they're supporting you, or this and that, because I would always feel bad for asking help, dude. Like, if I needed help, I needed some support or something, I was just the type, and still am. I'm like, "Ugh, but they might be busy. I don't want to disturb them or anything like that. But people are like, there's people that don't give a fuck and ask you for a random ass favor at whatever fucking time. Like, no tienen vergüenza. And I do. That's when I started realizing people help out when they truly want to. That's what I'm telling you. I feel like help comes when you truly need it, not when you want it. And it will just naturally come to you. Honestly, when I need the most help, it just naturally comes to me without even asking. And that's the thing. I feel like you shouldn't really ask. It just comes to you when you really need it. And so you gotta start by setting those boundaries. You have to set those boundaries and just letting them know how you are, baby. Like, what you're going to tolerate and what you are not. Putting yourself first, loving yourself first, putting your goals, your dreams first, helping yourself first, and being your own support system, because we can't rely on nobody else but ourselves, because nobody else is doing it for us. We are. I'm doing it for me. You're doing it for you. At first, it is kind of weird, but you have to set those boundaries and you have to stay firm. You have to be firm. When you are saying no, mean it. And obviously, you might not like mean it in the beginning, but you have to just say it and there. Don't think about it. Don't question it. Like, no second thoughts about it, because you will start falling into this thing where, like, you'll be like, oh, but maybe I could just, like, I'll work on my stuff a little later. I could work around it. I got a couple of my stuff done already, but fuck, like, maybe I'm being a little bit too mean. No, because you'll fall into saying yes. No, hunty. No, you have to stick to no. And yeah, you might have finished some of your stuff already, but finish everything, because then it's like, oh, you might be probably pushing your stuff to work on it a little bit later. What are you going to do? Fall asleep later. And then what are you going to have? No type of sleep, because you might still wake up early in the morning. It still all falls back to you. Everybody has their own shit to deal with. You might be helping out a lot of people. Okay, great, but are you helping out yourself? Ask yourself, if you're helping a lot of people, are you helping yourself out? Are you saying yes to you is a real fucking question. Because you're probably saying yes to all these other people. Who knows why? You think it's a good thing. You think that's because you love them, because they'll still love you. Say no. And if they walk away, act some certain way towards you, build anger towards you cause them to be sad, that's on them. And you'll see who the fuck they really are. Didn't appreciate your time, didn't appreciate you, and really don't love you, because they wouldn't bring those vibes. Then start hating you, not loving you, feel some type of way about you, or whatever. Because, like, yo, you have to get it. When people are saying no to you too, like, hey, it's cool, whatever, like, move on. Are you gonna get sad? Are you gonna get mad for every no you get? No, you shouldn't let what other people say, you shouldn't let anything affect your emotions, your feelings, or whatever. Hey, like, first try it out yourself. Obviously, you're not going to say no to you. Ask yourself for help, ask yourself for support. And then if you really can't do something, okay, ask for help. But believe me, the help will come to you when you really need it. And if you do help out people, because you truly want to and you don't receive the help back, I'm not saying I don't help people out because they don't help me. I help out, I support, whatever. And I know it's going to come back to me one way or another. And it will to you as well. Don't think you wasted your time, but just be cautious of where you're investing your time now, your energy, who are you helping out, and all that good stuff. It's hard to say no at first. It really is, especially to friends, especially to family, and all that stuff. But you have to say yes to you first. It's self discipline. It's not just about saying no to other people. Sometimes you got to say no to you. For example, when I was quitting drinking and doing drugs, like I had to say no. I had to say no to myself. No to a beer, no to, all the drugs, cocaine only. But still, I would think like, oh, just one beer won't hurt. Like, no. No, because then one beer leads to another and then to a fucking whole 6 pack, then a 12 pack, then a 24. It's also about saying no to you. So don't think about just saying no to others. You have to say no to you too. It's self discipline, baby. To whatever it is. With weed too, you don't have to be high for everything. Say no to yourself a day or two or a week, a month. You know, no to the fast food, no to the processed food, no to the junk food. It's also about learning to say no to yourself. And at first, you might feel some type of way, but think about how great it's going to feel after. How great you're going to feel of a month not smoking weed if you be smoking hella weed. Of no drinking anymore. That's a fucking depressant. Then you're telling people you feel some type of way, always lazy and just always down, and you're depressed with anxiety. Stop eating the junk food and all of that, and you're going to see how not doing none of this stuff is really benefiting you and helping you out in the long run. Because we need to think about in the long run, baby, not just the short run, the long run. You know what I'm saying? Saying no to the party every single weekend, to the constant drinking, even no going out with friends. Like, what are you currently doing on the weekends? Are you escaping or are you trying to grow? Are you working on your future, on your goals, on yourself? All that shit is all a fucking distraction. Loving yourself, from focusing on you, from setting goals, from dreaming big, from creativity, from everything, honestly, because you guys, it's just you're constantly just going out and drinking, hanging out with friends. Are you ever chilling with yourself only? Are you ever working on yourself, doing some inner work? Are you working towards healing? Do you have any goals set? Are you working towards any of them? Have you achieved any of them, or they're just there? Learn to say no to some of the things that you think you might like, but they're not. You really don't. You deep down, you really don't like it. You think you might like it right now. You might think it's bringing you fun. You feel some type of, I don't fucking know, happiness, you think, but that's because you're not connected. You're not connected with your true self. Say no to the bad habits. Say yes to the good habits. Be consistent with it. It's going to then form a habit, a good habit, and that's where you're going to see growth, baby. You don't always have to say no to yourself. Hey, like, a joint won't hurt once a month, I guess, whatever. You might want to treat yourself to some chocolate once a month too, or whatever. But the power of saying no is so strong. You might feel bad at first. I'm not going to lie. But you then realize like you have the power and you need to take control, because like when I would feel bad about myself, I wouldn't tell myself shit for like going and helping somebody else or whatever. But I'm like, okay, see, you are in control though, and you are choosing them over you. Like that makes you feel some type of way, then choose yourself first. You then gain confidence. You will start to feel good. I'm not saying for saying no, I mean to other people specifically, but to choosing yourself first and to saying yes to you. Don't think about it as a bad thing. Think about it as a good thing. Like the good that comes out of saying no to others, but to also yourself. You know what I'm saying? I really hope this helped you guys out. Learning to say no to others, but also yourself. I wish you healing, baby. I wish you growth. I wish all of you growth. I really love you guys. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch, listen to my podcast, to tune in, tune back, or if you're new, hey, what's up? What's cracking? I will talk to you guys soon. Peace, my peeps.